Alright guys, we're doing something today that we do not like to do.
Bills piled high, but the faith ran deep.
And that is separate. I really don't like doing this, but it's really difficult to try to get things done without separating. But anytime it comes to leaving the property and going on a bit of an adventure, a journey, it starts to become a problem when I gotta be too far away, like town. And if something happens, I'm not here, and I don't dig that. And I know Denise doesn't dig it, but guys, we gotta take this car to town today to get tires, and we also need to get a video out today. So there's just so much going on that we have to split up. And we already know everything's gonna be fine. But, ooh, almost dropped you guys on a $500 head. That would have been a bummer. Right out the gate, literally. Alright, so I'm not going to be able to record a whole lot while I'm driving because it's just not safe for the public. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you that we about to boogie to town. And when I get there, I'll let everybody know. We made it! Alright. Alright guys, well we're about halfway there. And I'm tripping. What is wrong with me? I know that Denise is very capable, but with all of the things that we've gone through since we've moved there, and then of course some weird stuff that we notice and now, I just hate that I left her behind. Well, of course she can protect herself, and she's got the dogs, and she's in the bunker, you know, but it's still like stressful, yeah. And it might just be like a real thick coat of codependency. You feel me? Alright guys, we better put this down before we end up talking too much or something. Alright guys, we made it to Walmart to get our tires done. When I say we, I mean me. Because I'm so lonely. Anyways, I always get worried when I come to places like this to get my stuff worked on. Just gonna tell you. So we banking on they got the right guys to do it. I've always done. The last time we got the car done, tires, it was Big O, and that's who we used pretty much exclusively until we moved to Arkansas. There is no Big O. So that being said, one of the things I did realize, especially through our travels, is when you got to warranty a tire, sometimes it's harder to find the people to honor the warranty when there's no Big O. You feel me? But I don't think I've ever been in any state in the United States that doesn't have a Walmart. So as long as they do a good job on these tire guys, we'll be happy about it. And if they don't, well, we're gonna let them know. All right, then. I'm probably gonna go mosey around Walmart like a Walmart shopper or something. I'll holler at you in a little bit.
All right, you guys. So today is the first time in a long time that I have been here alone on the homestead, and let me just tell you that it feels a little weird. Marcel and I are always together. We do pretty much everything together. So today we decided that it's best to split ways to get more done. So he went into town with my car to get us some tires. We found an amazing deal at Walmart for Black Friday. So that's great. We're going to get that taken care of. That's one thing off of our plate that we don't have to worry about. But we do got some good weather coming up, and we want to be able to take care of some things outside. So we figured if we split ways today, maybe by mid-morning, early afternoon, we can meet up and tackle some other stuff. We do have cold weather coming up again, and our wood supply is dwindling. So we're going to have to figure that out. Marcel's been a little bit hesitant about cutting down trees because it makes him really nervous. And we just hear crazy stories. We've met people who have had things happen to them that you wouldn't really think would happen, and it always makes you take a step back after you hear stuff like that. Like recently we told you guys about somebody who lost their life felling a tree that was local in the area. Well, up by our friend Sherry. It was one of her neighbors. And it hit our heart because it was somebody we heard about, and it was somebody who was good to Sherry. And even if it wasn't somebody who wasn't good to Sherry, it was a story that hit your heart like, wow, those things happen to people. So you have to take a step back and think of what your capabilities really are, Do you know how to react to a situation like that? And I think some of that is where Marcel hesitates, is because he's not completely sure. He's brand new to stuff like that. So that's something that we're going to try to do together, is fell some trees. I know he'd like to have somebody else here to help us, but we don't really have anybody that we could ask to do something like that. It's dangerous. So we're going to do some trees soon. But it is a very scary situation. And it's just one of those situations where you got to be careful, mindful. But I don't know, sometimes you just don't always see things coming. Marcel's pretty good at planning and thinking ahead. So, anyways, you guys, I need to get into the house and get my stuff done so Marcel and I could tackle some projects. Maybe we'll be felling some trees today. We did make some trails out in the other side. That's where we were yesterday, was over on that side. We're excited to see what kind of paths we're going to cut over there. One of the dilemmas that we have is that this ravine in the middle is kind of like the drainage, because we're up here, so everything goes down through our pond and out the other end. So it's not always easy to get over there. We got to get over there while it's dry. So planning all these things in is key. So I got to get going, you guys. Hopefully Marcel made the appointment on time, that the tires came in. I had to order them. So, all right, you guys, we'll talk to you later.
All right, guys, we hanging out. They got the car in right now. It's not as fun as some might think. New tires are, well, they're new tires. That's all I got to say about that. I can't wait to hear what they say needs to be fixed in addition to that. Hopefully they just get it in and out. I already know there's some other stuff, but we can't afford to fix it right now, so we won't. It's not like safety concerning or anything like that, or even to change the mobility of the vehicle. It's just things get wore out quick, and even when you don't drive a vehicle, they get wore out. But we just kind of hanging out here behind Walmart. I kind of feel like a weirdo, recording myself, wondering what people are thinking. What's that homeless dude doing down there, talking to a stick? Oh shit, the dogs found me, guys. They're gonna sick the dogs on me. I don't want to do this today, but check it out. They be doing some crazy stuff in the world, you already know it. Like Black Friday used to be the Friday after Thanksgiving, and then they started doing it on Thanksgiving, and then they started doing it before Thanksgiving. So here we are, Black Friday on a Saturday, but we did buy it yesterday online. We bought 4 tires, so we did get a little bit of a discount. It was like, I don't know, $100 or something. I need that. I might even have been more, $200. We just spent that $250 on a battery for the sploder, guys. So I feel like I just cashed in on that Black Friday extravaganza. You feel me? All right. I could be a Walmart Spark delivery driver. We thought about it, and then we were like, what? I definitely didn't leave the city and my business to move out to the country and be a Spark driver. You know what I mean? There's not even enough Walmarts here for that. If I wanted to do that, I'd have stayed in the city and we could deliver all over. We could be like Deliverance. You feel me? We'd be Deliverance this and Deliverance that. Everywhere we go, we could just be delivering stuff. But I did it anyways to see if I could do it. They were all happy about it. Said, come on, join the squad. We will pay you pennies. No, thank you. We'd have to find something a little bit better, guys, because the truth be told, Denise and I are very, very codependent. And I know that when we think of codependency, we think of unhealthy, but you know what? When you get far enough along in life, you just want to be with that somebody that you intend on being the rest of your life, and they become everything, right? And codependency or not, who freaking cares, man? You know what I mean? One cooks, one cleans, whatever. That's depending on each other. But I've always heard it as a negative thing, but it's not. They just be making stuff up, guys. Remember, baby powder used to be safe. Now look at us. How about lead paint? Jeez. All right, guys, we got new shoes on the car. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Some Coopers. All right, so truth be told, we've been running a tire that's just a little bit bigger since we've owned the vehicle. We put Bigfoots on it, and it made for a smoother ride and everything, guys. And they're premium tires and all, but they held going down the road all the time. So these ones are the correct size, and we're hoping that like it won't be as loud going down the road, and maybe the speedometer will be a little bit closer to accurate. It wasn't too far off, but it was a little bit off. So, and like these things are calibrated anyways, so this should straighten up anything that we may have been having issues with, except for like any of the real issues that cause problems. That being said, it's time to head home, guys.
They look almost like the other ones, babe.
The Bigfoots? No, they do not. They do not. I mean, they're all right, but they're not Bigfoots. Those are premium tires. These are like, we hitting them in the middle. So what I was telling the folks earlier was that we spent, if they've been following along, they probably already know, but we spent the first 5 years here finding all the nails. Yeah? So it's been a combination of patched tires, finding them with our eyes, the magnet. But I feel confident that we found enough of them that we probably won't pop a tire.
Yeah, so I've been asking Marcel for some time, do you think that we've pushed them far enough? Because we've definitely patched them several times, and
They took them off and put them back on the shelf. That's how much tread was still on those tires. They were like, oh, shoot, this is the mart. We'll resell those. You know what I mean? That's how nice they were.
yeah.
It was very difficult to throw them away. It's just they were poked like Swiss cheese. And we don't know which ones were the worst. All we know is that we were slowly leaking air out of multiple tires, and that's where we were at with it.
Yeah, unfortunately, they were such nice tires, but it was time to let them go. And I'm glad that we found a replacement on super sale.
Yeah, well, it wasn't super sale. It was still very costly to do,
Right.
right? But, like, right now, it's kind of our only vehicle.
Yeah.
We got the sploder going with the new battery. That means we don't have to use the Mountaineer to go through the woods, because we know we got to get some wood. Cold days are coming still. What we just had was just a little reminder. And so then we needed to get the car fixed, because the truck is going to be something that I personally have to be very, very careful about how much more I do personally to this truck. I'm going to chase a little wee bit more, but right now I'm fighting myself, because I'm like, you know, the only thing that can really happen is I start to make things worse. And that is a bad idea. So all the things that we're doing in testing, I feel pretty confident that we haven't exceeded our capabilities yet. But much further, and I'm going to stop. Because what you end up doing, guys, is chasing a ghost. Right? And it'll nickel dime you to death. So there's ways of finding things out. I'll just tell you honestly, there shouldn't even be a limp mode on this truck. The functionality of the truck isn't dangerous in any fashion until the limp mode comes on. And then all of a sudden you're on a highway with no shoulder and all your power is gone, and its speed limit is 60 miles an hour and it's Arkansas curvy turns.
Yeah.
It's way more dangerous for this truck to do that. I don't like it. It just seems like maybe the people that designed the new gas cans came up with that too. Otherwise, Chevy, what are you doing to me, man? Killing me. We don't need all the fancy schmancy. I feel you. You want it to, like, recognize it, but that's what the check engine light's for. And then it's my choice to say, we'll let that one slide. Come on.
All right, so unfortunately we have not figured out the truck yet, but we are good with the car for now. It doesn't need anything else,
Yeah.
right? Oil change.
Yeah, and I already
We could
did
do
an
that.
oil change not too long ago. Gage and I did oil changes. It was a lot longer than its use. So it's 3 months or 3,000 miles is what we were taught. But of course they wanted us to come back every 3 months, whether you drove it or not. I understand that it could break down some through time too, but they sit on those shelves for years. Don't feed me all that stuff, guys. I did. I changed the oil. Gage and I changed the oil in the sploder and in the Mountaineer and in the truck. But I don't know how long ago that was. I don't think it was 3,000 miles at all. I don't even think we put 3,000 miles on this car since we've lived here.
Well, anyways, so we don't have much more to do with the car. The truck is going to take us some figuring out to do. But right now we should get this car going. We want to test out these tires, check them out a little bit before the sun goes down too much, which happens here really quick in our little valley. So we're going to take a trip, or take a little drive down our road, see how they handle.
Yeah. I was also telling everybody that codependency is okay.
To an extent.
It is. Now that we older, you know what I mean? It's just easier. Why would you not want to do that? You know what I mean? And we all got our roles. Not just because I eat too many biscuits. All right. Want to take the car for a ride?
Yeah, let's go.
You're going to be so surprised. All right, let's do it.
We sure are doing a lot of squeaking.
I'm telling you, it's this tire back here. I think they got it hooked up wrong. Come here. Always makes noise, but listen to this. Let's see if that changes a little bit. Those are just like bushings and stuff that are corroded now because the car sits so much. And it sits with mud on it. And
The last tires that were on the SUV here were actually a little bit bigger than what is.
I think they got that. I think they hooked that tire up wrong. We'll just have to look and see if that's saddled up in there correctly.
Okay.
Because it sounds like it's rubbing. You know what I mean? Different. Look, our little thing's even off now.
Imagine that.
How long's that been, huh?
I can't remember the last time that sensor ever went out.
I wonder if it never was. Was it always coming on? Because we had tires that were a little bit too big, and that almost could, you know, realistically, in my mind anyways, it could affect a sensor that's calibrated for another size tire. Because it's the valve stem sends a signal to the car, wherever, sends a signal, and that's how it gets its little tire sensor warnings and such. We did get to enjoy Black Friday special, whatever that means. It was $100 or $200, a couple $100 off maybe. How much was it off?
$200 off.
$200 off. So we spent that on battery. That's sweet. And we didn't have to compromise quality for price.
Yeah, we got mid-range. We didn't get like the best of the best, but I didn't get the cheapest either. So.
Right, we hit them in the middle. Mid tires, mid quality tires. They're not junk. They got a 3-year warranty. So that's pretty good. I can't see spending money on premium tires right now because I know we didn't find all the nails.
Yeah, that was one of our concerns, is putting a bunch of money into tires knowing that our driveway still contains,
In the road.
yeah, a lot of debris, nails, screws.
Everywhere we go seems to have them. But our property had a lot in the beginning. We certainly had a lot of flat tires. I just know that we're not going to get enough rain. But we certainly need enough rain. I just wonder if there's a mountain bike jump right here. You know what I mean? See, look at this. It's not quite 30% incline. So it's a less of an incline, so it's built for more for distance. Because I'll be going the distance. What? I know, it's crazy, huh?
Bonnie to my Clyde, just two souls fighting for one life, ride or die, built for this. Met her in the dark, both carrying scars, built a house from the mud, now we reaching for stars. She ain't gotta speak, I feel it in her eyes. She the calm in my storm, my reason, my why. Through the struggle, through the pain, she never backed down while they chase dreams. We planted ours in the ground, ain't no plan B. We were forged in fire. When I say ride or die, I mean no tie. I'm your ride or die, no matter the weather. Through hell, high water, we in this together. Wheels my brake, roads my bend, but we don't fall. We fight, we man. Built this love like a four-wall shrine. Ain't no running when the
Alright, now we're chasing the sun.
Yeah, that'll be it.
That's my ride or die. Ain't no crown, no roses, just bruises and hope. But she held my hand when I was down to my road. When the money got thin and the nights got long, she never looked back, she just stayed strong. A real one, never needed to pose. Didn't want diamonds, just the seeds we chose. Now the porch lights on and the kids run free, and the wolves stayed back when she stands by me. I don't pray much, but I thank the skies for that look in her eyes. When the world tells lies, if we run out of road, we'll walk that track. And if I don't come home, she'll still have my back. I'm your ride or die, the one that won't fold. Through blood and sweat and a hand to hold. No fairy tale, but it's real and rough. And baby, that's more than enough.
That's the problem with new tires. All-terrain tires. They pick up every single pebble and rock, and then when you're driving down the road, it throws it underneath, and it's like a war zone. It's like you're getting shot at or something. But we just happy we got new tires on the car. It was stressful, probably mostly for me, to have to split up like that, because like we both got our groove, and when we grooving together, life is just better. You feel me? So anytime we do have to split up, it's not because things are awesome, right? They're awesome when we don't have to. But we got it done. The tires are on. I survived the trip. Yeah, you can't even barely tell that the tires are different sized. It fills the wheel well. I mean, it's obviously a little bit smaller, but not by much. It feels great to have new shoes on, you feel me? And the car's not the only one. Bam-a-lama, baby! I've noticed that I'm taller when I drive this thing now that it has new tires. Also, the little tire light goes off. It's gone. I don't know what. It's not as loud. It don't hum going down the road. When it says I'm going 15 miles an hour over the speed limit, I can pretty much trust it now. Before I wasn't sure. High, low, which one am I? I don't know. Not that I do that, guys, but if I did, it would be better now because I would know more about it. That's about all I noticed. They look good. Guys, we almost went with some super cheapos, but we have pretty much cleaned up most of the nails. So I don't believe that if we do get any holes that we will probably be as devastated about it with these as if we bought premium tires. These are almost premiums, but now that most of the nails are picked up, we're not going to do as much damage. One other thing I noticed about these tires was we were blessed with them. So thank you very much. Mm-hmm. Go Bears. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right then.
All right, you guys, if you're enjoying this content, please be sure to give us a big thumbs up. Ring that notification bell.
And to let you know when we got something to watch.
Be sure to share our videos.
I love you guys when you do that.
And subscribe if you haven't already.
Please show us, tell us where you're from, and join the journey. All right.
We love and appreciate you guys.
Thanks for watching.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Peace.
Bills piled high, but the faith ran deeper. She was the dreamer, he the believer.